Hey, how's it going everybody? Shaggy from the Order of Mithril here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Fall Guys. So this game came onto the scene for me kind of like a hurricane. One day I knew absolutely nothing about it, and then the very next I was inundated with memes, gameplay, videos on YouTube, and streamers playing it. And I'll be honest, I fell in love with the way that this game presented itself to me. So while I might be a little late to the game on this one, I'm going to go ahead and do a review of it for you guys. Alright, jumping in, let's go ahead and take a look at the gameplay first on this one. So, I've heard some comparisons that it's kind of like a battle royale because of the number of players playing it at once and you're all competing to be the sole winner. And I feel like that's probably the most appropriate way to describe it in video game terminology. But I kind of feel like this is its own little thing outside of Battle Royale. I don't really want to say that it is a Battle Royale. This is kind of like one of those crazy, wonky Japanese game shows that you would see. I mean, everything about it is just over the top, and you can't help but watch and just enjoy what's going on. So as far as the gameplay goes, you're going to be playing a series of random mini games as you go through. The one I'm playing through right now is you've got to figure out which door is the right door for you to get through. So some of them are fake and you're just going to splat into a wall as you try to jump through, and then eventually you'll find the right one to get through. Now, there's a number of us that are playing, I believe 62 of us, but there's only 39 slots to progress on to the next level. And the levels can be kind of crazy. Some of them are obstacle courses, very similar to this one. Some of them are team-based games, like one of them, you'll be split into 3 teams, and you'll have to push these balls down a hill and be the first or second team to get your ball into the goal. Everybody on the third team is eliminated, and everybody that progressed moves on to the next round. It could be also something very different. One of them is kind of like a picture matching game where you'll see these screens and they'll display different fruits like bananas, apples, oranges, and grapes. And as each one of these images flashes on that screen, the tiles on the ground are going to flash the same images. Now, if the picture on the screen comes up banana, and you're standing on one of the tiles that flash banana, you're fine. But if you're on the wrong tile, the floor is going to fall out from under you and you're going to be eliminated. The one that you're seeing on the screen right now is called the Slime Climb. It's an obstacle course, so you're competing against all of the other players to get one of the qualifying spots at the top. Now, in this one, the slime is actually going to rise as time progresses. So you're going to have to navigate the other players and the obstacles on the course. Now, some of these obstacles, as you can see, like right here, are like a plunger wall. They're going to impede your progress forward, or they're going to push you off the side and set you further back. So you kind of got to time your running through. And here you're going to see me try to jump a log and fall flat on my face because I'm uncoordinated in this game still. And you're going to see yet more plunger walls, but this time they've got gaps in the floor between each of the plungers, so you have to watch what you're doing. The next level up has these little cones that move back and forth, and they're going to try and get in your way, but it's also got a floor that's going to constantly try to push you off of the edge. And then from there, you're going to have these logs that you have to run up to try and get to the next level. It gets kind of crazy, but it's a lot of fun to play through these different courses and these different mini games to try and win the crown. Now, the movement is pretty simple. You're going to run indefinitely. You're not going to be able to like walk, but there's other things that you can do, like you can jump and you can dive. And those are going to be your 2 most pivotal things. You're going to have to time your jumping, you're going to have to dive around people, and you're also going to be able to grab people. Now, you can just grab them to slow them down or direct them, or if you're good enough, you can grab them and just yeet them either off of an edge of something to eliminate them or to get them in the way of something that's coming at you. Let's take a listen to the audio throughout this game, though. And I feel like the audio is very upbeat whenever it comes to like the music. The obstacles have kind of a playful smack or smash sound to them. It's not like an overly violent game where you're going to hear a lot of crunching and bullets whizzing by your head. It's nothing serious like that. I like how the audio matched everything else in the game. It's very lighthearted. It's very fun. And I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite things about this game is whenever you're jumping or the other characters jumping, the little woo that the guys make whenever they jump is absolutely hilarious, and I have still not tired of that little noise that they make. In fact, it's one of the things that most of the people that I personally know have found to be very humorous about the game. Nothing in the game is overly loud or obnoxious. It's got a very pleasant sound through it throughout the whole game. So I've enjoyed the audio for this. Don't feel like it's overbearing. It's not exactly a masterpiece of a score like you would find in other games, and it doesn't seem like it takes or took a lot to get the audio where they wanted for it, but they really did a great job with it on this one. Let's go ahead and get down to the underlying bits and pieces of this one. So when it comes to Fall Guys and difficulty, it's a little different. You can't say that it has a set difficulty as you would say in something like Destiny or Halo or anything else out there currently. It doesn't have a flat level difficulty. It doesn't get slightly more or less as you play through. It really depends on what minigame you're playing and the way the other players are interacting with you and the other players around you in them to decide the difficulty. Now, some of the courses and minigames are, to me, a little bit harder. They may be easier to some other people, but then you're also going to have those people that are going to try and troll you, and you're going to have people that are just better at the game overall. They may be complete trash at one minigame and a champion at another. So the difficulty is a little bit hard to nail down. I think one of the hardest things that I had as far as difficulty going was when I first started playing the game, I was trying to play it on mouse and keyboard. Unfortunately for me, I'm not a mouse and keyboard player. I've been a console gamer most of my life. So it was a little bit more difficult for me trying to adapt to a new control style. But once I plugged in an Xbox controller and started playing with controller, it became a lot easier for me. Now that may be the other way around. Some people may prefer to play with mouse and keyboard. It just really depends on what you're comfortable with on that. But once you kind of get the hang of the controls and how to move around the world and interact in the mini games, it'll be a lot easier for you. Let's take a look at its replayability now. So as far as the replayability goes, this is where I feel like it shares a little bit of what Battle Royales have, in a sense that you can pick up a game and start playing, and you're not going to get the same mini games every time that you play it in the same order. You may play the exact same mini games, but they may be in a different order. You may get a couple different ones that you didn't play the last time you ran. And of course, there's always going to be that point where you're playing with a different group of people, so they're not always going to play out the same. So I feel like it has a lot of replayability, especially if you just enjoy the game show like aspect of this game. I do think that it's good for you to be able to pick it up and just play a couple rounds, and they're not going to be the same experience back to back, or even if you play more than just a handful of games at a time. It's going to be different every time. You're going to have different circumstances on different courses with different players. With all of that in consideration, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I feel that this game is a must-play for at least most people out there. I feel like it has a ton of replayability, it has a unique look, and it has a unique approach to the way you play this game. The closest thing that I could really compare it to from my own personal play experiences would be like Mario Party, only the mini games are a little less mini and more like I guess American Gladiator. But I really do feel like it's a great game, and it's reasonably priced. You can get it on Steam for 20 bucks. I don't think that they are planning on porting it to console, and that's completely okay. I feel like this is just a great game overall, and if you have a PC, I think you should pick it up and play it and check it out. But for that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I appreciate you guys stopping by today. Hope you guys have a great one.